Section 12.2, surface area of prisms and cylinders, starting on page 849. Number 1, find the lateral area of the prism. Formula that we use for lateral area is perimeter times height. So we need the perimeter of the base. The base in this case looks to be this regular pentagon. So we have 5 sides, and each side is the same length. It is 4.5 inches. So our perimeter will be 5 times 4.5. Therefore, the lateral area is equal to the perimeter, 5 times 4.5, times the height. So our height right here is 5 inches. (112.5 square inches for our lateral area. Number 3, find the lateral area and surface area of each prism. So on number 3, we have a triangular prism. So my base is a triangle, and the way to determine which face is the base is there will be exactly 2 of them, and they will be parallel, 2 congruent parallel planes. So, which is the reason why we cannot call this the base, even though it's sitting on this side. There isn't an exact parallel plane to that. So our base is this triangle. Our lateral area is equal to perimeter of the base times height of the prism. So our perimeter of the base would be 6 plus 8 plus, I'm going to call it C, because we have a right triangle, so we can find C by using the Pythagorean theorem. We know the legs. So we're going to take 8 squared plus 6 squared is equal to C squared. That would give us 64 plus 36, which is equal to 100. And the square root of 100 is 10. So that's C. So I can substitute that in back here, and my perimeter is equal to 6 plus 8 plus 10, or 24 feet. Now I'm going to substitute this in for my perimeter to find my lateral area. So perimeter times height, and the height of my prism is 12. So 24 times 12 gives me 288, and that would be square feet because we're talking about area here. So that's the first part of the problem. The second part of the problem is to find the surface area. The formula for surface area is lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. We're taking the lateral area, which is the area as it wraps around the prism, and then adding the area of this base and this base onto that, so we get all of the area. So this will be equal to, well, I just found my lateral area, that's 288 plus 2 times the area of the base. In this case, it's a triangle, so I want to take half of the base of the triangle. So this is my base of the triangle. This is my height of the triangle, not to be confused with the height of the prism. So I want to take half of the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle. So we get 288. 2 times a half is 1, and 6 times 8 is 48. So 288 plus 48 will give us 336 square feet. That's our surface area. Number 5, find the lateral area and surface area of each cylinder, round to the nearest tenth. So my lateral area in general is perimeter times height. Now the perimeter of a circle is its circumference. So lateral area of a cylinder is circumference times height. So circumference is 2 times pi times the radius. So what we end up getting here is the lateral area of a cylinder is 2 pi RH. So my lateral area here is 2 times pi. My radius is 13. And the height of the cylinder is 8. So first I'm going to get this in terms of pi. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 13 times 8, which is 208, and that would be my answer in terms of pi. My approximate answer to the nearest tenth is 653.5. And that would be square yards for area. So there's my lateral surface area. Now lateral area. Now I want to find the surface area. So my surface area in general is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of a base. So for a cylinder, lateral area is 2 pi RH. And the area of the base is pi r squared. So we have this formula for surface area of a cylinder. So I already have part of this done. I know what my lateral area is. I just found that. But I'm going to use this answer in terms of pi so that I'm more exact. So I have 208 pi plus 2 times pi. My radius, once again, is 13. So 13 squared. Now I can get all of this in terms of pi. So 13 squared is 169 times 2 is 338. So my surface area is 208 pi plus 338 pi. And if I simplify that, I get 546 pi. Now once again, why am I leaving in terms of pi? And that's so that I only have to round one time. So now I'm going to multiply 546 by pi and round this to the nearest tenth, which would be 1,715.3 square yards. And that's my surface area of the prism. Number 7, the can of soup at the right has a surface area of 286.3 square centimeters. What is the height of the can? Round to the nearest tenth. So our formula for surface area is lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. So lateral area would be perimeter times height, and the perimeter of a circle is its circumference, so circumference times height. The circumference of a circle is pi r squared, so we have 2 pi r. So 2 pi r times h plus the area of a circle is pi r squared. So here is our formula for surface area of a cylinder. Now, we want to find the height. So I want to take this equation and isolate h. I want to solve it for h, derive this equation for the height. So to do that, the first thing that I notice here is that I have a 2 pi r here and a 2 pi r squared there, so I can factor out a 2 pi r. So I'd have 2 pi r and then times h here, and then there's a factor of r left over here because r times r is r squared. So plus r. Basically, if I redistributed this, I would get this back. So the next thing to do is to divide both sides by 2 pi r. So now the 2, the pi, and the r cancel out. So I'd have surface area over 2 pi r is equal to h plus r. So we just have one last step here. We want to subtract r from both sides. So surface area divided by 2 pi r minus r will be equal to h. Now I just have to substitute in what I know. So to find the height of the can, I know my surface area, which is 286.3 divided by 2 pi times the radius, which is 3.4. Subtract the radius, so minus 3.4, and then that should give me my height. So to my calculator, I'm going to type in 286.3. I'm going to divide that by the quantity of 2 pi times 3.4, and then from this result subtract 3.4, and that will give me my height, which ends up being approximately 10.0 centimeters. Notice my units here is just centimeters, not square centimeters, because we're talking about the height, which is a length, okay, not an area, a length. Number 9, find the lateral area and surface area of each prism, round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Formula for lateral area is the perimeter times the height. So we want the perimeter of the base. So first we have to determine what is the base. It's not always the plane that it's sitting on. In this case it is, but the base of a prism, there will only be 2 of them. They'll be congruent and parallel to each other. So I have a triangle here, congruent to a triangle here, and they are parallel to each other, and there's only 2 triangles. So we know that the triangle is the base. So this is a triangular prism, and its perimeter, just add up the sides, 4 plus 3 plus, now since I have a right triangle, and that's opposite from the right angle, that's C in the Pythagorean theorem. So I have to take a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So I have 16 and 9, and this is actually a Pythagorean triple. 16 plus 9 is 25, and the square root of 25 is 5. So 3, 4, 5 right triangle. So if I add those up, I have 12 feet for my perimeter. My height of the prism is 2 feet. So my lateral area is perimeter times height, or 24 square feet. So that's just the area of these 3 rectangles that wrap around. The surface area is equal to the lateral area plus 2 times the area of one base, because we want to take the lateral area and then add the top and the bottom to it. So my surface area will be equal to my lateral area, which we already found is 24, plus 2